So are you talking to yourself?
Okay, Mr. Tate has joined. We have 8 voting members. We can proceed.
Excellent.
He has joined?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we don't have a video on him.
Mr. Tate, can you turn on your video?
Doesn't show on screen.
Can you hear us, Mr. Tate? You go call.
Our list just went blank. Yes.
Hey, Rick, can you hear us?
Okay. Do my phone anyway.
Lives in Texas, so he doesn't have a mic or a camera. So would it be possible, Nick, if it's okay if I join him on the meeting through the phone line and he'd be on through the phone and able to answer or vote?
I mean, the bylaws do say that the camera has to be present during the meeting. However, I will defer to what the RFPG. If the voting membership agree that that is acceptable, then I will take that.
Okay,
I think the answer is yes.
okay. Everyone okay
Yeah,
with
I have no
that?
problem with it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
He's getting him right now.
Yes.
Just leave that on speaker.
Hi, Mr. Tate, you there? Okay, great. We've been given the blessing to proceed by Texas Water Development Board and the Flood Planning Group. It's okay, it's okay. Okay. And we're just bringing this here so that they can hear you. Can you just say that you're present, Mr. Tate?
Yes, Rick Tate, now present.
Excellent.
Thanks, Rick. You helped us make quorum.
Okay.
All right, we'll get this meeting started. I'll call this meeting to order for Region 14, Upper Rio Grande Flood Planning Group General Meeting, Tuesday, September 9th. Official time is 1:17 p.m. Item number 2, public comments. Is there anyone from the public with any comments? Nothing. Item number 3, Rio Grande COG review and approve the minutes for the meeting held on July 24th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve?
Okay, a second.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Thank you. Item number 4, Texas Water Development updates provided by Nick Collins. Go ahead, Nick.
Good afternoon. I don't have a whole lot today. If y'all have any questions, you're welcome to stop me at any point. TWDB is hosting a technical conference call on 9/12/2025. If you have not gotten an invite, please reach out to me and I will see if I can get that forwarded over to you. And then TWDB also made some updates to Exhibit C technical guidelines. These were back before the end of July, as that was our cutoff date for edits to Exhibit C. If y'all have not seen that, please go to our RFPG or the RFP website at the TWDB. And I can also put that in the chat if y'all would like. And that is it, unless anybody has any questions for me.
Would you mind putting that in the chat for me, Nick?
Sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other questions, Nick? I hear none. I'll move to item number 5, Rio Grande COG discussion and update on voting member vacancy.
Yes, thank you, Javier. Unfortunately, we have a voting member vacancy, being Mr. Sal Masood. He is no longer able to participate due to his workload. He has promised to nominate someone. However, we have reached back out to him for that nomination and he hasn't replied. So if you all have any recommendations on someone in mind, please feel free to share. Whatever's best for you, you can email me or put it in the chat or just keep thinking about it. And I'll also reach back out to Sal, see if he can continue to help us out in that manner to nominate someone.
We also have a vacancy with agricultural, which is a continuing vacancy.
That's Mr. Tate.
No, Rick Tate's River Authority.
Okay.
Ag- Ag interest is vacant.
Yes.
So we actually have 2
we have
vacancies.
2.
Okay,
You are correct. Thank you, sir.
all right.
Aaron, what was Sal's role? He was representing development, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Is
All right,
there-
I'll provide it, and if I have anybody in mind, I'll let you guys know.
Thank you.
Is there any opportunity for the COG to send out a solicitation, for those 2?
Yes,
If we
there's.
could do that, it'd help, I think.
And we did do the ag, but we didn't have any bites. So
Okay, well, let's do them both again.
we will.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
Any further discussion on item number 5? No, we'll move on. Agenda item number 6, Rio Grande COG discussion on the Rio Grande workshop on September 17th, 2025.
Yes, Javier. Thank you again. We have been working diligently, both you and I, and Gisela and Mr. Saldana, Oscar, Travis, Luis, Alejandra. Basically, as we are to this together, I think it's going to be a great, informational event for the public and elected officials to be able to discuss just flood in general. And the proactive measures that are being taken by the flood planning group.
Again, I'd like to request that the COG send out a note to all the communities, local and nearby, and just remind them about it.
Okay.
And so maybe we can get a little bit more attendance
Sure.
if we do that kind of
Outreach.
outreach. There you go. Good word. All right, thanks.
Yeah, and so regarding that, this is going to be mainly majority focused for El Paso. So just want to make that clear, right? That this event is geared towards El Paso and El Paso County. We're not prepared to. We are prepared to discuss any other outlying communities, but in our planning efforts, we are focusing on El Paso County and the city of El Paso. Correct me if I'm wrong, Javier.
Correct.
Yes. So that's where it's a little tricky when we start adding or inviting these other communities, but we'll still do it.
Just local stuff
Yeah,
is fine.
for
Just
sure.
local representatives, people like that.
Yes, sir.
It'd be nice to have good attendance.
Oh, yeah, I think we're gonna have great attendance, honestly, in regards to elected officials and their staff. In this past recent board meeting we had on Friday, a lot of elected officials did take the flyer back to their offices. And we've had a lot of
Yeah, Javier told me you
acceptances.
guys did a flyer, so.
Mhm.
Step is just sending out the invites. We'll be ready for that. And I think we'll set up one more meeting, right, Aaron?
Yes, we have one more final meeting on Monday, to clear up any, any other questions that we might have. But we did get confirmation from Richie Hernandez that he will be there, present.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on item number 6? I hear none. We'll move on to item number 7. ACOM, provide general RFP updates, critical dates, and required meeting dates.
Yes, I can handle that. You guys should be able to see my screen now.
Yes.
Great. So these are the discussion items that AECOM's gonna go through. We have the general updates. We have updates on proposed and ongoing flood mitigation projects in the region, updates on task 2A and 2B, updates on community outreach survey responses, and updates on the roadshow. The first one is the general RFP updates. So this is a slide many of you have seen before, and here we have the major milestones through the end of the cycle coming up on the left, and the forecasted meeting dates that we're looking for on the right. This used to include today's date. Now the next date is November 4th. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Great. And then December 3rd, we'll be voting on the technical memorandum. You guys will be receiving that early and have a chance to review, and there will be a vote for comments on there. The technical memorandum, even though we are voting on it December 3rd, won't be submitted until January 7th. That's when it's due. This is because no one likes meeting right around Christmas. It's even harder to make quorum. So we're going to get that handled early for you. We'll make the updates and respond to any comments that you guys have, and then get that submitted.
Travis, Travis, is there a public comment requirement for the tech memo?
There's not a public comment for the tech memo any more than there is for any materials that we release for presentation at meetings. So this is a summary of the work that's been completed for the cycle and a couple other specifics. This isn't anything
Okay.
final that we'd have to make sure is distributed and stuff like that. So we're good on that front. But we will be posting it as part of the meeting materials, and you guys will get it, as soon as we're ready. So should be good to go ahead with that. As we get towards the end of the year, we're going to start looking at meeting dates starting early next year. We have some requirements in March or February and March for the FMEs to be performed by TWDB. This is ones that TWDB will be evaluating. So this is separate from our task for C FMEs to be performed. So it will be the next priority of FMEs, and we'll be submitting you guys recommendations for those if there's some you want to focus. And we're going to be going through one of the things we want to include on that is looking at FMEs in response to specific goals. We are reviewing the goals as part of our chapter section. We'll be presenting that at the next progress meeting. So this is the goals that the RFPG has identified to say, hey, these are the priorities in our communities. And so if there are any FMEs that we feel like respond to those goals, you guys will be able to put those forward and say, hey, we would like TWDB to work on these next. and get that requested. After that, we have the next due date is in 2027, May 13th, which is the draft RFP. So that's a good ways out, but we'll be making steady progress towards it as we go. One thing I do want to bring up here, the new project manager is Luis Alday. He's been a part of this project since the beginning. Currently, Gilbert Andujo is no longer the project manager, and it is now Luis Alday. I am staying on as the deputy project manager, so you won't see very much change. The next is updates on.
Let me close out this item. Anything else on item number 7?
Oh, he's still doing the presentation.
No, it goes to item number 8 on this one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I hear nothing. Go ahead, Travis, about item number 8. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I see you're reading it. Yeah. Gotcha.
The next one is proposed or ongoing flood mitigation project. Especially. So what this is in chapter 1, there is a table that discusses any storm flood related projects going on in the region. We have several sources, including master plans, you guys, the public surveys and roadshow meetings. And so we are going to be filling out this table as best we can based on the responses that we received, the master plans that we have, and reaching out to members of the community. But we're going to try and submit this for you guys if you are aware of any plans that are currently ongoing, just to make this as accurate as we can. So we'll be submitting this for you guys to review and one of those as part of the chapter. You want to close this one up?
Yes, so any questions from anybody? Any further discussion? No. We'll close this one out. Item number 9.
I'm going to hand this now over to Monica, who's going to discuss task 2A and 2B.
Hi, yes, good afternoon. Task 2A is the existing conditions analysis. Our status is that we are writing the methodology memorandum for how we're cobbling together our existing condition flood quilt. So that is in progress. It should be completed in September 2025, as will be our flood quilt, so we can move forward with all the processing and analysis. And then following right on the heels of task 2A will be task 2B, future condition flood risk analysis. Similar process, we will be preparing a methodology memorandum outlining the priority order of different data sets for TWDB review and concurrence. And we hope to have the processing completed for that flood quilt in early October 2025. And this is just a map showing our flood quilt availability for the existing condition for a nice visual.
Any questions for discussion? Anything, Dave? No. This one, go to item number 10. Become.
And I'll pass this over to Luis.
Okay, so we have everybody. We have received some public comments, mostly through the survey website. I don't know, I see them via email, but most of them has been using the COG website. The surveys are for the community representatives, the finance representatives, and general public in English and Spanish. And I will give you an update on how many we have received from each of these different categories. Next, please, Travis. Okay, so from the general public, we have received 20 complete responses from them. the location where the respondent lives, work, or routinely travels. As you can see, most of them are from Brewster County. We have received 17 from there. I'm assuming that is because of all the recent rain events that they have had there. We have had really, really good responses from the public in there with full completed surveys. So we have a lot of good information in there that we are analyzing. And we have also received from other counties like and Presidio. It will be good to have also information from other people. But like we have said in the past, is people remember flooding when it just happened. Once it's gone for a few months, we tend to forget. But all this information is very useful. So if you know people that are willing to help with this effort, please ask them to fill the surveys. Next, please. These are the responses from community representative. We have received 17 responses, but from those 7 are from the public. Helpful, but not as helpful as they should, because they are responding as much as they can because they don't have access to some information that a community representative will know. Okay, but all the other 10 surveys are very useful. We have not all of them are complete. We are lacking some responses. So we ask that, again, if you talk with some of the community representatives that are willing to respond to these surveys, to respond as many as categories as they can. And if it is unknown, the response, please put unknown. So we know that they don't know anything about that, and we can use that information and collect all the information that we have and proceed with the regional flood plan. All this information, again, is very, very useful. So please encourage people to keep filling out. As you can see, 12 are from Brewster County again. So, and 1 from Crockett, 2 from El Paso, and 3 from Hudspeth. So again, flooding is driving, I think, these surveys, and we need more involvement from the public and the community representative, because that will help with the plan. Next, please. Sorry.
I think we can promote these at that flood workshop and also the open houses.
Yes, and so Travis will be discussing the open road shows after my presentation, and we are planning on talking at those open road shows about the surveys, and we are not going to close them after a few weeks after those road shows, so they have time for filling out. Because I know that there are so many questions that sometimes they will go and then they will leave it as it is, and then they will come back. So we will give them enough time so they can fill them out, okay? Okay, and next, please, Travis. Okay, this is from the finance representative survey results, and we only have 4 responses, okay? Here you see more counties than 4, more responses per county, and it's because it's people are showing the location where they live, work, or routinely travel to. So some people may travel in Midland, Hudspeth, and Pecos, so that is why we have more locations than surveys. But again, here this is the one that we have had less responses than other ones. And it's important because some of this information here is about a potential cost of O&M, and that's important for our study. So again, encourage your finance representatives to help us with these surveys, because they are very, very useful. I think that's the main message that I was willing to share with you. I don't know if you have any question, any concerns.
Are we going to be sharing, or is that information that the survey respondent provides, that information going to be shared in some manner or form? Not just the numbers, like, of responses? Like
yes, we're putting together all the information, and we will have a summary of what we find out based on what we discover from each person who has responded to them. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
But we will try to do them once we have doing by pieces, because it's easier for for managing all the data at once, all together, instead of doing by pieces.
Understood.
I don't know if Gisela has a question.
No, on this one, the finance representatives, I want to know if you have a list of who responded or the name or something of who responded from. I want to know if we responded.
These are representatives for the board, so you can talk with representatives if they can.
That would be good. Thank you, Luis.
No problem.
Any further discussions or questions on item number 10? We'll go on to item number 11. Beckham.
I'm going to be discussing the outreach and roadshow details. So the two locations that we're going to be presenting the roadshows from 7 p.m. and then on Thursday, October 9th, 2025, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. as well, the Pecos County Precinct number 2 large in Fort Stockton. These locations were picked to try and give them the most overlap we could. Community responded previously to our outreach attempts and who had put in stuff to be looked at in the amendments and included in there. And so these were our chosen locations. We will be having a third roadshow in El Paso to wrap that up. As of right now, the time is still a little unknown. Probably going to be sometime November. This is more of a wrap up in El Paso than one of these original roadshows. There's going to be more people present, more responses, more information that we'll be able to include. In a lot of these communities, what we're focusing on is sharing the existing and future flood impacts as we have them developed. Thank you, Monica. And then getting feedback from communities to identify areas where they see flood impacts, where they've experienced flood impacts, getting the history, really reaching out in that way. Whereas in El Paso, there is a lot of existing community representatives and outreach that does work and does keep track of flooding and flood impacts. And we have, thanks to El Paso Water, El Paso County, and the city of El Paso, there is a pretty good understanding of flood impacts in El Paso. So it's a little different focus on that. In the El Paso County area, we can respond to, we don't have to identify new areas of study. The areas are already identified. They're already notified, like this is where impacts are. Whereas, in the rest of the region, we don't know that an area is necessarily impacting people and flooding and something that needs to be studied without someone saying, hey, I'm having problems over here. Please do some preliminary modeling there. And so that's the goal of these. And so, like we said earlier, we're going to keep the survey up until 2 weeks after the final roadshow. So 2 weeks after October 9th.
I think the El Paso roadshow would be a good opportunity to compile and demonstrate or show the roll-up of the responses from the survey also. So
Yes.
You can kind of figure out what types of things and have a good roll-up there.
It'll also be close to the time where we're, wrapping up the technical memorandum, which is a summary of the work we've done so far. So including some of that, having you guys have seen what we've gone through, what we're doing with the RFP as we go through it, but having this as a, hey, this is the technical memorandum, this is a summary of what we've been doing, since the beginning of this cycle, and present that to the public.
Any further discussion, any questions? We'll move on to item number 12, Rio Grande COG, discussion on the next general RFPG meeting. Dave?
Sorry, any invitation of any board members that would like to join the the road shows, of course, they're invited and they're more than welcome to participate in the road shows along with everybody.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if anybody can attend, I think it'd be greatly appreciated to attend these road shows for sure.
Is our next meeting then for November?
Yes, sir. November 4th, it's been planned and scheduled, and have sent out the calendar marker. Most of you have accepted it. I'll send out some reminders.
1300, same time here.
Yes,
Sorry. 1 PM.
MDT. Oh, at that time, it will be, standard daylight.
It switches then?
I believe so. Yeah.
Right. So that vote in Texas never went through when
I don't think so.
they had a bill
They did.
terminate.
Mhm.
I guess they never did it.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay, all right. I think we would have found out if they'd have done it.
Mr. Tate, you still on the line?
Yeah.
Awesome. And thank you everyone for your patience, for allowing us to get one voting member on to get this meeting accomplished. So we greatly appreciate it.
Ask if there's anybody from the public that want to make.
Any public thing, I get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second.
on favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approved. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rick, for helping us out.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Tate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's brief to me, kind of.
Oh, it disconnected already, I guess.
Sweet and short, but it's
Started late, so I was trying to.
Fresh.